Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove CBE Group from their credit report, and in many cases without paying the debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, I'm confident that today you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, I want to preface by saying that doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. For example, if you know or believe that CBE Group or any of the other accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft, or that they have a wrong balance after you've already paid, really any other major issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And so we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose. So, and that's all in addition to having the accounts deleted permanently. So, the other situation is if there are no issues like that exist and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. So just call us today. Our number is in the description. So today, let's go through the most important questions that we get about this company. And firstly, really important, is can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with CBE Group? And I put this one at the top of the list because we have a lot of callers that are terrified this could happen. And it makes sense. I mean, few people are really taught how credit and debt work in school. I mean, I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And fortunately for you, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get any jail time. So no need to worry about that whatsoever. The other thing to remember is that the amount of debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So now, who is CBE Group and why are they showing up on your credit report? Well, excellent question. So they're referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. They buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, you see? So, for example, imagine for a moment that, for whatever reason, you have an unpaid card with Capital One for $1,000. CBE Group could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $1,000. But instead, they buy it for $100. And so they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you with a 10x return. See, if they bought the full amount, they don't make any money. So instead, they buy it for really cheap. And then these companies make a lot of money as they do that over time, right? And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is the primary strategy that they have to get you to pay. However, what many people don't know is that paying a debt on a credit card or on the credit report does not remove the account that's attached to it, okay? That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, paid or not. So a lot of the time, paying isn't in your best interest. And you could just be wasting your money. And in rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score further. In addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters or call a lot, even calling your friends and family members or colleagues. If collectors have ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case where you'd want to give us a call so that we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly, okay? Let's see here. Another question I get is, oh yes, should you negotiate a settlement with CBE Group? And this one's a little tricky because settling your debt with CBE Group really depends on your goal. Typically, if you are wanting to improve your credit score, paying it isn't the best option. Why? Well, because as I mentioned before, even if you pay the collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score the whole time. Instead, I always recommend working with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. If certain issues exist, the accounts may be removed. And you see, this is a win-win. You won't have to waste your money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report, so it's perfect. So how do you remove CBE Group from your credit report? So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Let me say that the knowledge required to do this is more involved than it might seem. That's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it, but just be prepared to spend weeks, possibly months, lots and lots of hours learning how to do it properly. However, if you like to hire a professional to handle it for you and ensure it's done properly the first time and save the extra time, well, we're happy to take care of that for you. We've dealt with CBE Group accounts many times, and I will say they regularly have issues, and we've helped numerous clients deal with them, and we'll take care of it for you if you'd prefer. How can you get, this is great, how can you get CBE Group to stop calling you? This I get asked all the time. And as I mentioned before, CBE Group will be calling you to attempt to collect the debt they've purchased. That's their job, right? So that means the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your credit report altogether. Will CBE Group try suing or garnishing my wages? CBE Group suing you is unlikely. It can happen, it does happen, but in our experience, it's rare. There are many laws around how long they can sue for and what they can do if they win, and it's just a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect at all, which is another benefit of using an expert like us. What are my rights when dealing with CBE Group? First of all, you have the right to dispute any of your debt that CBE Group has purchased. CBE Group is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA. And as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. While these acts seem very complicated, they provide a great deal of power to you, the consumer, if you know how to use it properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, I don't blame you. That's not a problem. Call us today, and we can sit down and discuss your options. And again, I'll put our number in the description for you. Thanks so much.